What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time to review Gurren Lagann episode 14. It's been a cool fucking minute since I've done some Gurren Lagann. I do apologize about that. I kind of forgot about it a little bit. Not really, like it was always in the back of my head, but I was kind of putting it off, and I would have made this video yesterday or a late JoJo's Bizarre Adventure review, but my internet was out. There was an outage, TV, internet, phone, all that shit was out for like most of the day, so couldn't get either of them done, but now I'm giving you guys Gurren Lagann, and I'll talk about the JoJo episode with the final episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, which is coming this Friday. Also, I guess it's worth mentioning that I really don't feel like making my defending plot devices video. I just don't have any motivation to make it, so I don't want to make a video that's going to suck because I didn't want to do it. So if I feel like making it in the future, I'll do it, but if not, sorry about that. But I don't want to give you guys a shitty video that I didn't want to make. So that being said, though, this episode of Gurren Lagann, I actually watched this episode a few weeks ago, like after episode 13. I just didn't review it, so I watched it again. Don't worry, I'm not going off of memory completely. I did watch the episode again. I even watched a little bit of 13 again to sort of get myself back into Gurren Lagann, and yeah, this was a really good episode of Gurren Lagann. Lots of fantastic animation, from the explosions to zooming around and dodging missiles and everything. Even it's not really an animation thing, but even the facial expressions on the dude. I don't know his name. He sounds like Neji from Naruto, and he's the real thin one, probably part bird maybe, I don't know. His facial expressions were hilarious when he's just like having like a mental breakdown from them kicking his ass, especially right after Gurren Lagann does that big like drill missile thing and just blows up all the ships in that really big attack. You just see his stunned face. That was actually kind of legitimately hilarious. I guess I should talk about the 1 month time skip, because that was kind of random, honestly. Like, we were sort of in the middle of, like, going after the capital and everything, and then all of a sudden it was like, let's skip a month. Like, I don't know if that was necessary. I mean, definitely, I don't think it was necessary, but it does, like, lead to some really cool things, actually. You know, we get a slight redesign for Gurren Lagann. You know, he's more badass than he was before. We get Gurren, or whatever that's called, Gunzon, actually flying, and the reinforcements, which was kind of cool. And of course, you know, you probably need time to steal gunmen and get your forces together, so yeah, skip a month and that makes sense. So weirdly placed time skip, to be honest, very, very weirdly placed time skip, but it paid off with new abilities for Gurren Lagann, upgrades for the characters and everything. Like, you know, you have that merging thing that fucking the Diet Kamina dude and his sister can do, so some cool stuff there. So yeah, I'm cool with the 1 month time skip. It just was kind of random and out of nowhere. But anyways, I don't really have too many negatives to speak of for this episode, honestly. It's really well animated, it's pretty well paced, maybe a little fast paced, but not really that bad. Lots of cool action. I like almost at Kamina, I like Simone going up from underneath and drilling, and then it slams on him, but that put the drill in further. That was really cool. His big missile barrage at the beginning with the little drills that flew out, that was badass. It was a little overpowered, I'm not gonna lie, but it did drain him quite a bit, so I guess that was a fair trade-off. Even Nia in this episode wasn't, like, that bad. I mean, she's never, like, awful or anything. I just don't care about her, and because she replaced Kamina, it kind of makes me not like her, but I don't hate the character, and she was okay. It's kind of cute that she introduced herself as the head chef of, you know, Gurren Lagann, or Gurren or whatever, and her little message was cool, and she does the piercing the heavens thing, and it was okay. I mean, is that really, like, all she's gonna do, though? Just, like, be motivation and be perfect? Like, that's really all her character is. She hasn't really, like, developed at all. Based on the episode preview, she might get some emotional scenes in the next episode. The next episode looks like it's gonna be pretty awesome. Hope there's not any major spoilers in that little preview, but it doesn't really seem like it, honestly. Yeah, all that being said, though, I guess the only real criticism I have for this episode, and it's not really a criticism of the episode, it's just sort of something I'm kind of bummed out about. I kind of wish Yoko was still the co-pilot of Gurren Lagann. Like, you got a month time skip, you could have had her properly trained and, you know, working with Simone. I mean, I like Forehead Dude or whatever. He's cool. You know, it makes sense that he's the co-pilot, but it would have been kind of cool if Yoko took up Kamina's place. You have two main characters in there. I think that would be a little bit more interesting, but as it is, it's okay, it's fine. That's total, like, nitpicking, just kind of an aside. All in all, I don't really have much else to say about this episode. We do get a little bit of exposition from the Spiral King saying that them using, I think they said using Spiral? I'm not sure what that means, but I believe that's what the little armadillo dude said, and he said they don't even realize that they're killing themselves by doing it, or they're draining their lives, or something along those lines, so that's interesting. We'll see where that goes. And then the ending of the episode, it turns out that the place, not really surprised, but it turns out that the entire place is a gunman, or at least it looks like a gunman. It has a face. So the scale just keeps getting bigger and bigger and ridiculous. It's going to be crazy. There's still a lot of episodes left in this season, and episode 15, based on the preview, looks like it could almost be a finale in and of itself. So yeah, I'm guessing they're going to get their asses kicked pretty hard and have to regroup, or maybe they'll move on to a new main villain, but I don't think so. We'll just have to wait and see. But it would be nice if they took a loss, I suppose, because they've been taking out 4 generals pretty damn consistently, and Kamina's death should have brought, you know, a big sense of danger, but it really feels like they can win all their fights without too much tension or effort. So I don't know, I think they should take a big loss, have to regroup, and then that's kind of how we transition into the, well, not really the second half, but, you know, the rest of the episode's kind of the second half. I think we're already over the halfway point. But honestly, I don't really have much else to say about this episode. It had a tiny bit of plot stuff with the Spiral King, nothing too much. Really good action, some really creative scenes, some fantastic animation. I felt the episode was a bit rushed the first time I watched it, but upon watching it the second time, it didn't feel as rushed. Maybe that's because I've seen it already, so it feels a little bit slower. I don't know. But all in all, it was a good episode. It was tight pacing, good animation, really good animation, good action, some creative stuff thrown in there. 2 generals got defeated, so really solid story progression. And it ended on a pretty big cliffhanger. So I thought this was actually a pretty damn good episode of Gurren Lagann. I'm going to give it a solid, I'm going to say 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I really think it was that good. The action was really, really entertaining. The animation was fantastic. It was really cool seeing all the new things they could do, like the merging between the Diet Kamina and his sister with their 2 gunmen, and the reinforcements were cool. It's cool to see that they're inspiring people to rise up and everything. I think that's a really cool part of the series, how inspirational Kamina / Simone can be. This is another thing that's not really a criticism. I just want to throw this in real quick. It's not a criticism because I want to see where it goes, but Simone says, like, I can't be you, bro, so I'm going to be the best me I can be. Is it just me, or does he feel like Kamina? Like, he says I'm not going to be Kamina, but he really feels like he's becoming Kamina. Not like he's a total ripoff or anything, it just feels like he's pulling a lot from Kamina's personality, but who knows? Again, we'll see where it goes. Not jumping to conclusions. But anyways, what did you guys think of this episode of Gurren Lagann? You can go ahead and tell me in the comments section below. You can also follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what you've seen here, and click that little bell to get notifications of when my videos go up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.